All across the country, people are reporting a mysterious phenomenon.
I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know what could happen to me. It all happened so fast.
It may even happen to you. We decided to take our cameras and investigate.
This isn't a miracle of the 21st century. This isn't something that came around because we invented toilet paper. It was back when people were still using leaves. Throughout history, there have been countless reports of ghost poop. The ancient Egyptians have clearly illustrated in their hieroglyphics, and Leviticus has mentioned it as well. Jeremiah is said to have emerged from the outhouse, unsoiled by some grace of God. I think it's pretty obvious what that means.
We followed metalworker Earl Strasford to his home in Oregon to hear about his extraordinary encounter.
Well, it was a spring of 1997. I had some potato chips and this hoagie. That's the lunch I usually bring for my job at the factory. And so about 7, I come home and I had to go. To the bathroom. Yeah.
Earl never could have expected what happened next.
So when I went to do my business, I took a shit and I went to wipe my ass and the paper was clean. There's nothing there.
Earl agreed to show us where this mysterious event took place.
Right in there. So this is where I was sitting right here, and then that's where the toilet paper was right there.
We traveled to Cleveland to get a leading physician's expert opinion.
I cannot think of an explanation. The solid waste is somewhat viscous and should leave a residue.
Unless, of course, it is excrement from beyond the grave.
I work as a paralegal. I never thought it could happen to me. I mean, I'm usually a logical type of person. I never really believed in spirits or nothing like that.
But something happened to Marie that would change her world forever.
I was alone in my house and the power went out. I lit a candle and I got an iced coffee out of the fridge. I drink coffee when I'm nervous. It calms me down, you know? Well, eventually the power came back on, but after the coffee, you have to make a poop. When I was finished, the toilet paper was spotless, don't you know? I wiped again and again, but nothing happened. I couldn't believe it, but sure enough, it happened to me.
Marie showed us what she calls her evidence box, where she has an impressive collection of artifacts from her personal encounters with ghost poop.
So, I kept a record of every time it happened since that day. I'm proud to say I now have 41 pieces of evidence in my collection. I'd like to start taking photos too, but there are legal issues.
Doubters, like those of the International Center of Supernatural Skepticism, or the ICSS, claim that people like Earl and Marie are either liars or insane. Their 2004 report on parascatological activity describes those who have been visited by ghost poop as lacking a proper grasp of the facts and out of touch with reality. While the report attempted to explain the phenomenon as a naturally occurring, scientifically plausible case of dryness resulting from the certain gases in the colon and large intestine, the report went on to imply that the visited had made up the stories, stating, "Exaggeration of the facts is common for those undergoing the confusion and stress that happens after an unusual event." But what do these people, honest, hard-working Americans, have to gain by inventing lies?
But they would say that. It's hurtful. I mean, I can stake my reputation on this. I'm not lying.
I think the ICSS skeptics have a real chip on their shoulder, or some other ulterior motive. And add to that the overwhelming accumulation of hard evidence. This is a real phenomenon we're dealing with, people. This isn't fairy tales.
Is there such a thing as ghost poop? Is it actually poop from beyond the grave? We'll leave it up to you to decide. Until then, Marie is optimistic about her experience.
I welcome it. It means less work and I can get back into my life quicker and do the things I like to do, don't you know?
I mean, either way, I still wash my hands afterwards.